Okay. Obviously, disappointed in the loss today, but just to clear up a couple things with Justin. So Justin today during pregame, went out prior to pregame, went out there and worked out a little bit, and we went with the medical staff and with Justin after that, and then also with Ryan and myself, and we decided that it was the best interest in Justin and also for the Chicago Bears that he was inactive today. And, so it's really comes down to really one thing, his strength. He didn't have the strength to protect himself in the game properly and to perform the way he wanted to perform. So that was really the gist of that right there. I thought we started out the game in the first half. I thought we started out well. Obviously, Trevor came in there, was our starter, and did a nice job. The first two series, we ended up scoring on our first two series, which was excellent. I thought he was throwing the ball really nice. Took a lot of the checkdowns there. Obviously, the pass to Pringle was really nice. I mean, him coming down with that catch. And then defensively, the first series, obviously we had that 3rd and 7 down there in the red zone when we had that nice third down situation on there. We just had to perform better on there. We ended up getting called for a penalty on that one, and they scored anyway. But 3 and out on the next possession by the defense, which I thought was nice, and it gave us a chance to stay in the game there, during halftime there. So ended up being I think we were up at some point at 10-7, which we were, and then ended up 17-10 at half. Obviously, the second half wasn't good enough, for either side of the ball. It wasn't good enough. There's no excuses, no explanations. Just wasn't good enough. And I told the guys in the locker room we're better than that. We got to do a better job and perform better in the second half, and that's all phases. Obviously, we sustained a lot of injuries during the course of this day. I'm not going to comment on those because I don't know much right now. But obviously, when we lose that many guys in one day, that's something that we got to address going forward here as we go. But with that, I open up to questions.
Could you take us through the process with Trevor starting, then not, and then the game time decision?
Yeah, so during pregame warm-up, Trevor was out there, and I think it might have been before that. You have to ask him, but he ended up straining his oblique, So obviously when you're a passer, that's obviously a big issue to throw the ball down the field. So he came in and got some medication, thought it was going to be okay, and then it ended up, as he went through pregame warm-up, came back in, he felt like he was okay, and ended up obviously performing very well. And Nate was ready to go the whole time. So Nate was made aware of that. He was ready to go at the same time too. So that's where it is.
With the way things trended this week, do you anticipate Justin playing next week?
Yeah, that's a good question. We think that he's getting better. Every single day. He felt better every single day. Just at the game time today, he wasn't ready to go to perform and protect himself. I suspect we'll see where it goes. I think we're going to leave it day to day. And we'll decide one day at a time. If he keeps progressing, then he's got an opportunity to do so.
How did you think Trevor handled the whole uncertainty of the week?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Obviously coming out there and really operating the offense the way we expected him to. Those first couple of drives it's really a good sign that he was ready. He was ready to go. Luke did a nice job preparing him to get ready to go, and he did good.
Coach, as the losses mount and now the injuries begin to mount, is there anything specifically that you can think of that come to mind or something you can harken back on from your past to try to help you guys get through this moment? I mean, mentally, emotionally, more so than physically on the field, to keep the morale up, to keep the competitive juices flowing. Is that just an individual, each man has to do it for themselves, or is there something that needs to be done to keep this thing rolling?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to execution. It comes down to, like you said, the individual man. Having we have men of character in the locker room, which is which they've been battling the whole way, and we're going to continue to rely on that for sure. And then when it comes down to daily practice and daily habits, what are you doing every single day to get better? And then you have to rely on that, and the leadership in the locker room, the leadership of the coaches, and just do it that way.
Matt, the uncertainty about quarterback, whether it was Justin or Trevor or Nathan. And how did you guys manage that in a couple hours before the game?
Just communication, just talking to each other and say, hey, this is what happened, during warm-ups, and this is what we can, with medication, we could potentially, be okay with this, and just kind of work it from there. Just communicate all the way around.
You had that happen to you as an assistant? Anywhere where the quarterback gets hurt during warm-ups and you've already got somebody inactive?
No, that has not happened, no.
You guys have been pretty competitive most of the year. The second half, things kind of got away from you. What bothers you most about the way the second half unfolded?
Yeah, I was already saying that before. I was just saying that, the first half was competitive. We're in it. I thought our offense did a good job driving the ball a couple of times versus a very good defense. We had a 3 and out. Did a nice job. We ended up, they drove the ball but missed a field goal. So I thought we were very competitive there. And the second half just wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. We didn't tackle well enough on defense. Didn't play good enough third down defense. Obviously, we had a bunch of 3 or 4 and outs on offense. We mounted the drive there when we had a 2-minute drive going there a little bit. But at that point, when you're down by 21, you're going to go for it pretty much on every, because you're out of possessions. And we did that. We ended up getting 1 or 2 of them and not getting another one. So we just got to operate better.
Union doesn't like this turf. What do you think of it? And do you think it had anything to do with Eddie's injury?
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. I know the union, has their own opinions on things, and again, I'm coaching the football team, and this is what the turf is out there. We got to play on it.
Not specifically on their injuries, but when leaders like Eddie and Darnell go down, how tough is that to overcome?
No, yeah, whenever you have somebody go down, that's a good player. Both those guys are really good players. Number one, Eddie's been a really good player for us this year. Darnell is our leading receiver, and he's done a great job. When you lose the production of those guys, number one, that always hurts, and then also the leadership part of it. Those guys have been great in the locker room. They're great teammates. They really are encouraging to others, and they really are model the behavior we wish to see. So they're good.
Forgive me if this was asked at the very beginning. How close was Justin? Was he to being able to play?
Well, we had him warm up a little bit, prior to we called him inactive, but we'll see where it is. We'll see where it is. The medical staff didn't clear him to play today. Justin didn't feel that way he could protect himself, and perform the way he wanted to perform. It's about mobility and strength, in his left arm, and and we'll just take it day by day.
So of the 3 things that he had to check off, it was 0 for 3 on the 3.
Yeah, it was 0 for 3. Yep.
Opportunities continue to present themselves. These young players getting these opportunities. What do you think about Darrington Evans' performance today?
No, it was good. It was good. I think he had 3.8 per carry, I believe, and he had that 1 catch. The 133-yarder, I believe. So it was good. It was great for him to get that opportunity. I thought he performed well.
It's going to be important to kind of get some more of these guys opportunities, these younger guys, as the season kind of rounds itself out to make sure about what you may or may not have for next year.
Yeah, I think with based on injury and who we got to slide in, next man up mentality, I think some guys will get the opportunity for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.